Hi guys, it's time for In My Mailbox, hosted by the Story Siren. I got some great books in this week, one on review and 5 from the library, so let's just hop right in. The first two I got are part of my current obsession, which is Jude Devereaux books, and you've seen several of her books on this thread already, and you will continue to see several more because the woman has written like 50 books, and I have a feeling I'm going to read all of them this year. So this week I got two different series. The first one is the Edeline series, Days of Gold, and it was a fabulous book, and I loved it, and I can't wait to read the next one in the series. The other one is one of the Montgomery books, and it's called Mountain Laurel, and of the books in this series that I've read, this one is my favorite. It's set in the 1860s in the Rocky Mountains, and that is my own personal favorite time period for research, so this one was right up my alley and sucked me right in, and I loved every minute of it, and I can't wait to get the next one in the series. This book, Julia Carr's 16, actually counts for the debut author challenge, which is also run by the Story Siren, so if you're doing that challenge, this is a great book to pick up. And it's a dystopian that really looks at how the media impacts the choices we make. It also looks at government control. It looks at how girls view themselves and their own self-worth. And our main character is Nina, and she's approaching her 16th birthday, at which time she will get a tattoo of the Roman numerals of 16, which will mean that she's fair game to be taken advantage of. And she really starts to question why the world is the way it is, how some things are not exactly what they seem, and what her place is in all of it and what she can do to change it. So this was a really interesting book, and I'm looking forward to the sequel, which doesn't come out for a while, but I'll be ready when it does. The next book is The Uses of Enchantment, The Meaning and Importance of Fairy Tales by Bruno Bettelheim. And I got this book for a really super nerdy reason. I'm a moderator on Twilight Moms, and there's a thread over there called Fractured Fairy Tales. And we talk about fairy tales, obviously, but also the meaning behind them, some of the recurring themes, what we see in current movies and books that are connected to fairy tales, and we break it down and debate it. So I got this book as independent research for a discussion on a message board. So clearly, giant nerd, but that's okay, because so far I'm learning a lot of stuff that I may not have thought of on my own, and it's really interesting, and I can't wait to go discuss it with the girls on the board. The next book is Neil Gaiman's M is for Magic. And this one I actually got from the high school library. I'm doing my field work for my graduate program, and part of that is working with the high school book club, and this is the book that the kids chose for the next several weeks. And this is actually the first book I've ever read by Neil Gaiman, and I can't believe I waited this long to pick one up. It's a collection of short stories that are kind of deliciously creepy and really fun to read, so I'm really glad the kids picked this one out, and I can't wait to get their take on it. The last book is the one I got in on review, and it's called Ravenwild, and it's by Peter Plassey. There we go. And Mike Longnecker did some really great kind of illustrations that are like ink sketches for the inside, and they kind of are tossed in throughout the story. And it's a medieval fantasy that has some modern characters, and it's really kind of out of my normal wheelhouse for what I read, so I'm kind of excited to step out of the box and try something new. So those are my 6 books for the week. I've read a couple, can't wait to read the rest. I hope everyone had a great book week, and I will see you again next week. Thanks, guys.